At how our community is trying to come together as we continue to grieve. And today we are focusing on healing and grieving in the wake of Sunday's mass shooting here in Vegas. And so many in our community are mourning the loss of a loved one. I think almost everybody here at the station knows somebody who was there or somebody who was injured. So joining us now is psychotherapist Dr. Patrick Scott. He's been a regular on our show. He's here to teach us the stages of grief and loss. And I found it very interesting. Dr. Scott, thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure.
How you were talking about some of the things that we do subconsciously, I guess, and we think we're okay, but we're really not. That's actually one of the stages of it. So take us from the beginning.
You know, this comes from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and she wrote some years ago about the stages of death and dying. And this really can be generalized to trauma, any sort of loss. And as we go through them, I'd really like all of us to check in with ourselves and figure out where and if you have experienced any of these things.
Okay.
There are 5 stages. The first one typically is shock and disbelief, numbness. I was flying here Monday morning from another city, and I heard the news and was at the airport, and it just shocked, just numb. I didn't really have a lot of emotion. I wasn't crying, I wasn't upset, but I was very concerned and wanted to reach out. I actually reached out to your producers here to see if there was anything that I could do. Second stage is denial. Donna really called it earlier when she said, you know, we're not fine. And we go around and we distract ourselves and we try to pretend that we're fine and that everything's okay. And that's actually a coping mechanism. Some people will actually wake up in the morning, this morning, and forget that it happened.
That part is frightening.
Yeah. And that happens. It happens, and then you see the news or you watch this program or something happens and you go, oh, that's right, that happened. That is the unconscious mind doing its best job to cope with something it can't control.
Wow.
And so when we feel out of control, you know, Donna talked about the acute stress reaction. I'm talking about what the rest of us folks who weren't actually there are going through, and denial is a very provocative and very salient point of the stages of grief. Third one is usually anger and or any other negative emotion, fear, hurt, sadness, guilt. Survivor guilt, why wasn't I there? Someone who lost a spouse. We're hearing these stories and you guys are doing such a great job with coverage. Very sensitive. It's just amazing what's going on in our community. Fourth stage is bargaining, and that's the I need to do something. I should have done something. I should have been there. I should have called. I could reach out. There's something I shoulda, coulda, woulda done to be there, help, and that's a stage where we're trying to wrestle with what we can't control. Now, ultimately, we heal. Ultimately, we get to acceptance. We get to that place where we fold this tragedy, this trauma, this loss into the fabric of our lifespan. But it takes time, and I'm encouraging people to be with it and let themselves feel.
Okay, I think I know where I am right now.
What is it?
I think I'm in denial.
Okay. Well, you're busy. You've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it. Folks, hopefully that will help you out as you're going through that. It's not going to happen anytime soon, so please take your time and please talk to someone. Dr. Scott.